taking three.
Going for the St. Louis now.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch.
You get your two?
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thotgor here, of course. And today we're going to take a look at the ranked battle I had, and the victory I had in order to get to rank 5. Yes. I didn't think I actually recorded this battle because, you'll see once it loads here as well, the resolution on this video will be wonky. And it's because I did record it while I was away. So that explains that one. And going forward as well, because I heard some comments yesterday on the video that the resolution was a little wonky as well. It shouldn't have been. Those were videos that I did record back at the old home base. But whatever, I went through and made some changes to the resolution, so upcoming videos should be, it's recorded at 1920 by 1080 and it will be played at 1920 by 1080, so that should fix resolution problems and pixel issues as well, just in case you were wondering. Anyway, this rank battle, rank 5. So I did actually reach rank 5 in the second season. I got it on the last day of rank battles. Now, unfortunately for myself, I got to rank 5 and was like, oh, okay, awesome, this is great, Thotgor, just, keep going, rank 1, here we come. And I went ahead and lost like the next 6 battles, which put me back to, I think, rank 8. And then I had to fight my way back to rank 6, or well, I tried to fight my way back to rank 5 before rank battle ended, but I only managed to get to rank 6 before it ended. So yeah, whatever. For a brief moment in time, I held the rank of 5. So that's all right. Anyway, so you can see in this battle we are on Ocean, right? Now the team itself, right? We're talking to each other, seeing where we're going to go here, and we do decide we are going to go A. And then we're going to go B. Yes, I know in the chat right now it's saying, that someone had suggested A then B, but no, we are going B then to A, right? We already have a destroyer. We've got the Fubuki up there. He is going to be going in and capping the B cap point, putting a little pressure there, maybe doing a blocking maneuver on the enemy while they are attempting to cap B. At least the hope is, right, that they will be up there to cap B. You never know, they might be coming down here to A. And then the majority of our ships are going to come over here to A, the idea again being cap A, work to B. The only issue with this plan that we had, and it was a little sketchy at first, at least I felt it was because you'll notice I have that cruiser that is following the destroyer up to B. Cruiser captains, don't do this. Don't go, I gotta go up there to support that destroyer, or I don't know what was going through his mind. Don't do it. Just don't do it. You will die so quickly that you won't even be able to really do a whole lot while you're up there. And if you don't die, then you find all that you're doing is you're staying at your max range, maneuvering around, trying to do a bit of damage here and there, and that is not helping anyone, to be frank. You could be doing so much more helpful things if you would have came with the group over to A. So try and keep that in mind. In a ranked battle, the only ships who should be splitting off from the group are destroyers, and it is only a destroyer's objective to actually go in and try and stealth cap something, or to provide defense. Do some defensive maneuvers around the cap to prevent the enemy from capping it, basically stalling the enemy until the main group of ships arrives to really deal with it. So that's what should be happening here. But the cruiser, I don't know what he was doing anyway. So we do have enemy destroyers popping up, right? There's a Benson there. I immediately start putting high explosive into him. No surprise here, right? You gotta kind of get your high explosives into these destroyers as soon as they pop up. You can see that the Benson is engaging my destroyer, my Hatsuharu up there, so I really do want to be able to take out this Benson and save my Hatsuharu, because we need these destroyers. We have 2, they have 2. In ranked battles, destroyers are really important. Just incredibly important, in fact. So you can see my Hatsuharu's engines are gone, so that's unfortunate. So I'm really trying to get in here to get this Benson gone and save the Hatsuharu. Do whatever I can to save my ally here. In the meantime, I am taking shots from the enemy ships that are moving up, or starting to, encircle B. You can see that the enemy has just taken out the friendly cruiser that decided that he was going to be useless this battle, go up there to B. So he's gone. Kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it happened. And our friendly destroyer at B has made the right call and decides, no, I'm not going to be able to stick around B here, and he's coming back towards A with the group here. So, kudos to that destroyer captain being able to realize when to pull back, regroup with his allies, rather than trying to stick it out at the point, wait for us to come. Because if you do want to stick it out at the point, wait for your group to come, right? But if you can't do it, and at the end of the day, if you're going to die, just get out of there. You are so much more valuable alive than you are dead. Yes, I know. Sounds fairly redundant, but it's true. And what nice thing, too, for us anyway, is that the destroyer that we do have up there is a Fubuki. 15-kilometer torpedo range, so it really does afford that captain a bit of a luxury in that he can keep relatively far away, not necessarily have to skirt the old detection range while launching torpedoes, and just spam torpedoes into the A cap point, hopefully taking out or whittling down the enemies as they go into that cap point. So he's doing a great job. We have capped A, and it's now sort of judgment time for our team, right? And I say it's now judgment time for our team because the original plan, as you recall, was to take A, push to B. So we have A, now we need, as a group, to push to B. You can see enemy ships off in the distance. Now, the enemy does have some heavy hitters, mainly the turpets. There's 2 turpets that I'm very concerned about, and I'm also concerned about the Admiral Hipper. I'm not necessarily concerned about the Atlanta or the Pensacola. Not concerned about the Atlanta because I have to be a lot closer for the Atlanta to become a big concern for me. And the Pensacola, I just feel with my Mogami that it's just such a superior vessel compared to the Pensacola that I don't have to necessarily worry about it. And also, given the amount of hit points that I have remaining, I just not concerned about the Pensacola at all. I'm trying to focus down these battleships. The battleships are also very, very important in a ranked battle. All the ships are important in a ranked battle, but I would hazard a guess, and excluding aircraft carriers, I would say, most important, destroyer. Second is going to be your battleships, and then the cruisers. It's not that the cruisers are third down the list in terms of importance. It's just the cruisers are going to be everywhere all at once, doing... that doesn't make sense. The cruisers are playing a supporting role. They're playing the supporting role to your battleships and to your destroyers. Without the cruisers, your battleships really aren't going to do that well. And your destroyers, they may still do well, but, there will be situations where they are just going to die because they do not have a cruiser in support nearby, or they don't have the option of running away to a cruiser for cover, right? So, fairly big, and I don't want to say that the cruisers aren't important in a ranked battle. They definitely are. It's just on the pecking order list, if we were to put it down, my opinion is that, your destroyers are number 1, your battleships are number 2, and your cruisers are number 3, excluding aircraft carriers. I don't see many aircraft carriers in ranked battles, so... yeah, I'm not going to touch on that. Focusing on the turpets now, you can see I was focusing on the other turpets there. He is now gone, thank God. Our team was focusing him down. So he's gone, don't need to worry about him. Now we have to get rid of this other turpets. This is their second battleship that they have. Once we can get this guy down and get him gone, my team is going to be in an excellent position to actually be able to win this battle. And it was very nice because, I was very concerned about actually losing the battle, considering how close I was to rank 5, right? And it's also at this point in time, too, that I'll point out, again, the original strategy of moving from A to B. In order to move from A to B, you don't, cap A and then just all go off as one big blob to B. No, that's going to be wrong. You really, really want to be able to pick your targets and focus fire. You can see that in the chat of the game here, we've got members of my team queuing up and pointing out who to focus fire on. So first it was the first turpets, second it was this turpets here. So even though my team isn't all together in one big group, like one big blob, we are still close enough to be able to support each other interchangeably, which is important, but we're not just, one big fleet, one big blob. we are still able to focus fire on the targets that we need to. So we just took out the second Tirpitz. So now the enemy team does not have any battleships remaining, so fantastic. They do, however, still have one enemy destroyer remaining. It's Sims, and you can see that he is down near the A cap point, right? He's getting ready to move into our cap in an attempt to take it from us. So we need to keep this guy in mind. We still have the Pensacola to deal with, and we still have an Admiral Hipper to deal with, and the Atlanta. So still have these cruisers, but again, not concerned. Not concerned. If you notice, the Pensacola is almost dead. So he's not even on my radar. The Admiral Hipper, yeah, I am concerned about the Admiral Hipper. Not concerned about the Atlanta whatsoever. I can outrange the Atlanta all day long. He's not going to be able to do a whole lot to me. Main thing right now, though, the Sims. We got to get this guy gone. He can't be allowed to stick around here, right? Because if he does work his way in behind us, not only can he take the point from us, but he then may start to divide our forces. Our concentration of forces and fire to the north, to the to the B cap point, will suddenly might become split into two. Now we're half as effective because half of us are still trying to take the B point, while the other half may be trying to go back and deal with the destroyer. So you really want to get the destroyer gone. As soon as you notice that one is working its way behind you, this is now a priority for you, and there should at least be one ship dispatched to deal with that. If not, the whole team needs to be aware of it, right, and act accordingly. So last final shots into the Pensacola in the background, managed to take him out. That's the second kill for the game, so not too shabby at all. Now I'm dueling off against the Atlanta, so I cleared the barrels of high explosive. I've got the armor piercing loaded up, and like I say, not concerned about this guy at all. Look at his aim, right? The aim is pretty good. It's just with the firing arc of the Atlanta, you can tell that this captain isn't very used to it, so he's not landing a whole lot of shots on me. Within 2 salvos, he's gone, so he's done. Like I said, didn't have to worry about him. And that brings me up to 3 kills. Now, Admiral Hipper. So this is the cruiser that I was concerned about the most. And it's because he outranges me. He is, the Admiral Hipper has great range. I think it's 17.1 kilometers is the firing range on it, without any sort of modifications. In addition to that, the guns on the Admiral Hipper are really good. They hit very well. And whether or not they actually nerfed this as of yet, I'm not 100% sure. I think they may have with the most recent patch, actually. And by the way, this battle was before 0.5.2.0. Before the most recent patch. This was before it. So, did they? I'm not sure. Anyway, where I'm getting at with this is the Admiral Hipper, German ships in general, especially the cruisers, have a really high chance of setting fire to you when they're firing off their HE shells, and so that was my biggest concern. You'll notice here I've been burning for a while, right? And specifically because I took some shots from the Admiral Hipper, set me on fire, repairs on cooldown. So that is my biggest concern, is just burning to death. I don't want that to happen, so that's why I was so concerned about the Admiral Hipper. And you can see that this Admiral Hipper, he knows it's all over. But he's not a stupid player. He's not just going to sit down and take it and die. No, he's working his range advantage as best as he can. Well, he or she, right? As best as a player can. The Admiral Hipper is right on the edge of the map now, so not able to increase the range on me anymore, but still able to put some effective fire into me. And you can see that since I started dueling with this guy, I'm down to half health now. Right? And a lot of it has to do with the actual fires that have been set. Right now, the Admiral Hipper is firing armor piercing at me. Armor piercing on the German cruisers also do very good damage. No surprise that he's firing his armor piercing at me. I'm more or less giving him a broadside at this time because I'm trying, well, not right now, I'm maneuvering, but I was in that point of the turn where, yeah, my broadside was exposed to him. I myself am now also shooting armor piercing at the old Admiral Hipper here. I really wanted to get some citadels and finish this guy off. Now, while all of this is taking place, yeah, we are capping the 8 point. Sims is being chased down, and we're dealing with the Admiral Hipper. You can see, though, that this Admiral Hipper has done, is really working me over here. My health is almost down, or almost gone. I finished this fight, I started this fight with more or less full health. So you can see that my concerns about the Admiral Hipper and it being the biggest threat in terms of cruisers are not unfounded. Luckily for me, I do get a nice Citadel hit there, so I'm able to finish him off in the last few salvos, and my destroyer moved in to try and take him out. And that split the focus of the Admiral Hipper, making him now want to focus on the destroyer rather than me, buying me the chance to put in those finishing salvos, take him out. So it was my 4th kill, so great. I also earned a high caliber in that, so that is not too bad. The old damage counter up there is at about 69,000, so yeah, not too bad for a ranked battle. Now all we have left is the destroyer. So it's at this point, you know, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, holy crap, I finally made it to rank 5. I did it. Somehow it happened. I did not expect this to happen. I had been working on ranked 5 for so long that I didn't think it would ever happen. It finally did, so pretty great. My only regret, I guess, is as soon as I got to rank 5, I should have just stopped playing ranked battles altogether. Should have just been, yeah, no, did it, done, moving on. Because at the very least, that I would have finished at rank 5 rather than finishing at rank 6 after some disastrous battles. Anyway, now just a matter of chasing down the enemy destroyer here to finish him off. Obviously, we're not even going to be able to get there. Battle is over, right? 1,000 points, fantastic. We did it. So this was a pretty good battle. I was impressed with this battle, actually. And it's why I wanted to show it off, just because of the teamwork involved. Yes, we had that one window licker in the cruiser who died right away. But whatever. The rest of us pulled it off. What was it? It was an Atlanta. Yeah, it is massive. 288 points that guy earned. So about 69,000 damage done. Wasn't too bad. 231,000 credits earned. 2,900 experience earned as well. So not too shabby at all. Fairly happy with the battle. And finally got the red triple star flag, right? I really wish that we would have been able to continue flying these flags after the ranked battle season. I think that would have been great, as opposed to only being able to fly the Jolly Roger and the port flag for the Yamato. Anyway, that's today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. As always, leave any comments you have for me in the comment section below. I love reading them, taking a look at them as well, and responding back to them. Hit the old like button if you did like today's video, and hit subscribe if you are not a subscriber. As always, folks, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day.